Hi guys, this is my first experience with the heads-on virtual reality goggles. Looking at my model, this is brought up basically from SketchUp onto Unreal Engine 4, and I've put it up with my virtual reality goggles with the Oculus Quest 2. And I've just added some amount of water, and I've added some of the lighting that's up there. A few tweaks later, I ended up figuring out how to create some amount of planting, some amount of ground cover, and I managed to bring in a tree into my model as well. So now I'm turning around and looking at the sheer girth, the sheer size of this tree. It's enormous. The idea was that this would be on the coast of Mangalore, which is in the southern part of India. Unfortunately, I found it very hard to actually find the tropical trees per se. I had to do with whatever I found in the Unreal Marketplace. This is now actually bringing my design back into life. And so I'm back. A few more trees that I've planted out now is put up a single typology of trees. So the basic looking at the experiential qualities that gain by this, it just lacks in varying types of leaf structure. So if you have this kind of a setup, you could actually end up seeing through certain patterns of plantations or layering of leaves that end up happening. That variation kind of is missed out. And obviously, if I could pull down these trees and say, okay, these could probably not be more higher than this, say, in just like when it's planted or a few years from planting until it grows to that height. And this is how the experience kind of changes. How would the entire process of growth, how would the first 5 years or so be with having this particular kind of tree and having a single kind of tree typology is how I was going to look at this whole part of the research as. Come to the final parts of my research, how a kind of a slightly denser kind of woodland, but kind of a thicker kind of tree planted space. So the idea was when you get down there, it kind of gives you that impact or the feeling that you're kind of in this woodlandy kind of feeling. This now has a substantial kind of difference to the whole experience itself, considering the various ages of the tree. The shadows that are formed, impacts that it makes to a person when you're actually in the virtual reality space. This is kind of giving you the real world essence and experience of how this would be. We could actually alter design at this stage, especially of these spaces or gaps within our tree typologies or the tree forms itself, whether we want to look up into the sky or we want to look through these trees and what do we see beyond. And these kind of design specifications or design intentions could be really brought out once you're in this space, I would say. Can actually kind of look out at the kind of focal trees again could be changed. So if you wanted it to be a more of a hide and reveal kind of a space, so this kind of can be manipulated and kind of maybe we could bring out this tree out here. So we could vary this entire walkway itself in the way we end up planting these trees. So this within a landscape design on the design development stage, I think is something a landscape architects could really look at it by doing these various iterations and changes and scaling and moving and just get to our final result a little with a little more precision in relation to the real world itself. So anyway, for those of you who have got this far, thank you so much for watching. Uh, Please do hit the subscribe and like button if you like this video. There'll be definitely more coming up soon. And that's it from me for today. Bye bye. Thank you.